Hey guys, it's Chris. From a prehistoric monster to mysterious orbs of light in the sky, plus cannibal monkeys and an underwater beast you won't believe. Here are 10 of the most bizarre things ever caught. Number 10. Blue Chimera. The pointy-nosed blue chimera is a bizarre species of deep fish that is not often caught on the end of an angler's line. And yet it does happen occasionally. Fishermen from Minnesota recently got lucky and caught one of these rare fish off the coast of Cabo in Mexico. It's such a weird and unique catch that the fishermen took it back to shore and donated it to the local scientists for research. But just what exactly is the blue chimera? It's a type of ghost shark that branched apart from normal sharks about 400 million years ago. It lives in the deepest parts of the ocean, and there are several different species. The pointy-nosed chimera was only named back in 2002. The creature has a body built of plates and hardened pieces of cartilage. And even though it's such a creepy and rarely caught animal, chimeras are actually really common. The only thing is that they live around 4,000 feet deep in a part of the ocean too deep to fish in. Number 9. Living fossil fish. Scientists have made some pretty strange discoveries recently regarding the coelacanth, which is a giant fish considered to be a living fossil. This fish has been living in our oceans for 400 million years. Scientists believe they were extinct until a living specimen was captured in 1938 off South Africa. Since then, a few fishermen have reeled in coelacanths, although it's still considered to be one of the rarest catches possible. The fish is also extremely endangered, so scientists are only allowed to study specimens already captured and already deceased. As you can imagine, it's been difficult to study the coelacanth given the limitations and scarcity of the fish. Scientists originally believed the coelacanth lived for only about 20 years. However, scientists from France's Marine Research Institute recently studied a captured coelacanth specimen and discovered it to be 84 years old. Now they believe the fish can live up to a century. It turns out the coelacanth doesn't reach its sexual maturity until it's 50 years old. It'd be like you hitting puberty at the age of 49. And even more shocking is that the coelacanth stays pregnant for 5 years. They have a totally bizarre aging pattern and reproductive system, and scientists really want to catch more of these fascinating fish to get to the bottom of their weird characteristics. Number 8. Mysterious orbs. Let's take a break from the ocean for a second to check out something strange caught on a homeowner's security camera in Maryland. The homeowner's name is Rhonda, and she was quite shocked to discover a row of brightly lit orbs floating across her backyard. In the security footage, Rhonda saw 6 distinct orbs of light moving across the frame. She couldn't really say what the mysterious balls of light were, but she knew they were way out of the ordinary. Rhonda had installed her security system some time ago and was used to catching random animals prowling through the backyard. But she'd never seen suspicious alien-like bulbs of light before. Rhonda sent the security footage to Fox News after seeing how they had covered similar orbs caught on other homeowners' cameras in Florida. There has been no explanation as to what the orbs were in either case, and we don't know if the two incidents were related. We do know it wasn't a glitch in the camera, because it never happened before and then it never happened again. Could it be aliens, a mysterious animal, or something even stranger? Nobody knows the truth. So what do you think of these strange, mysterious balls of light? What do you think they mean? Could they really be something otherworldly? Or do you think it's just a coincidence? Let us know in the comments section down below, and if you're liking this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. Number 7. The Kraken caught. After centuries of trying to track down the mythical Kraken, scientists finally did it. They found the beast near Japan and actually managed to capture it on video. It wasn't exactly the Kraken from legend though, it wasn't 100 feet long or anything like that. Instead, it was just an ordinary giant squid. But it was the biggest squid in the entire world and probably the true origin of the Kraken myth. In real life, this living sea monster can grow to be around 46 feet long. That's roughly the length of a trailer. But even though the giant squid is so incredibly huge, it's surprisingly elusive. Almost nobody has ever caught a giant squid, and when they have, it's either been dead, dying, a baby, or a juvenile stuck in a deep-sea trawling net. Now we go back to Japan, where a team of marine scientists caught the Kraken on film for the first time in 2012. It was located and filmed 2,000 feet beneath the surface, just south of Japan. It was a huge breakthrough for marine scientists everywhere and got everyone really excited. But an even bigger breakthrough came a couple years ago in 2019. when researchers were finally able to catch it on video again in the Gulf of Mexico. They discovered the reason for the giant squid being so elusive. Based on the latest sighting, scientists determined that its eyeballs are so big and so well adapted to living in the pitch black of the deep ocean that they can actually see underwater researchers coming in their submersible vehicles, and then they just run away. The bigger the squid, the bigger their eyes, and so they'll probably never be seen since they can spot the camera coming from miles away. I guess they're really shy. Researchers are still trying to figure out ways to trick the kraken out of hiding to further study it. They have this strategy of combining low-light equipment with bioluminescent bait, which seems to be a pretty effective method of getting the giant squid out of its hiding places. That's a handy ploy. And there's so much to study about the kraken's behavior that can only come to light in the darkness of its natural habitat. Number 6. A mysterious moth. Believe it or not, there's a tiny insect even more elusive and mysterious than the giant squid. It's called the long-toothed dart moth, and it was first discovered and named in 1890. But after that, it was never seen again. It'd be another 130 years before someone captured the first living specimen. Photographer Joel Satori is the one who caught the moth on film recently in 2020. According to National Geographic, Joel was on a mission to photograph every species of animal living in zoos and wildlife sanctuaries everywhere in the world. This rare moth was the 11,000th image Joel added to his photo arc. He found the moth along the Pecos River in New Mexico and took a picture of it. At the time, he didn't actually know what it was. It was a mysterious species, so he sent it to a bug expert who could identify it. As it turned out, bug experts have been waiting 130 years for a picture of the mysterious moth. It's actually a type of cutworm, a kind of caterpillar that emerges from the soil only at night, and it's rarely seen. When they turn into moths, they also come out only after dark and pollinate night-blooming flowers. Number 5. Monster grouper. In South Carolina, fishermen made a rather impressive catch after reeling in a rare species of fish that was recently on the brink of extinction. The group went out fishing on a Thursday morning in Beaufort County and quickly caught a Goliath grouper that weighed over 400 pounds. According to Newsweek, it was the first of its kind to ever be caught in the county. The captain of the fishing vessel described the grouper as a catch you wait your whole life for. But just how hard is it to pull a Goliath grouper into your boat? The answer is pretty darn hard. It took over an hour just to get the fish in the boat, and it was a struggle the whole time. At first, the fishermen thought they had a monster shark on the end of their line. It fought so fiercely nobody could believe it was a fish. Then after an hour, when they finally saw it thrashing at the surface of the water, they were in complete shock. People started shouting, "It's a Goliath! It's a Goliath!" The fish was easily identifiable by its yellowish skin and unique jaw. Even though the grouper weighed 400 pounds, it was just a baby. The average Goliath grouper actually weighs around 800 pounds and can grow to be over 8 feet long. And groupers are not native to the South Carolina county they were found in. They usually prefer shallow tropical waters around the Florida Keys and Bahamas, the Gulf of Mexico, and a lot of the coasts in Brazil and the Caribbean. Number 4. Monkey cannibals. In Costa Rica, scientists have been studying a group of white-faced capuchin monkeys for the last 37 years. In all those years, the monkeys were never witnessed participating in the disturbing act of cannibalism. And yet on April 9th of 2019, a group of scientists caught the monkeys red-handed, eating one of their own in a very rare and quite disgusting event. It happened when a young baby capuchin died. This does occur from time to time and isn't actually all that strange. The weird part came after, when the baby monkey's relatives gathered around its corpse and began to eat it. It was pretty horrible, and scientists couldn't believe what they were watching. Most capuchin monkeys only eat plants and the occasional small animal like a bird or a lizard. Even stranger is that only 2 of the monkeys actually participated in the eating. And they refrained from eating the baby monkey's head. Usually when an animal catches its prey, it'll begin by biting its face, thus quickly silencing the animal. This has suggested to researchers that cannibalism could be part of some kind of primitive monkey ritual. Number 3. 2,000 dogs. A Chinese millionaire recently captured 2,000 dogs, and he didn't run around catching them with a giant dog net. Instead, he used his immense fortune to purchase stray dogs before they could be sent to the slaughterhouse to be euthanized. And now he spends all his time caring for his huge collection of beloved canine friends. How incredible is that? This is probably the most heartwarming story anyone has ever heard recently. Wang Yan got the idea to save all the stray dogs after his own cherished puppy died 3 years prior. He's actually in charge of a steel empire and is worth millions of dollars. but he puts a huge amount of his own time and a large portion of his own funds into caring for his thousands of animals and helping them find new homes. This just goes to show that even a millionaire that may seem like they have better things to do if they want to can make a significant difference in the world. After all, this guy literally saved the lives of thousands of dogs, at least 10,000 of them to date, and it only cost him a small bit of time and a small chunk of his huge fortune. Number 2. Loch Ness Monster. Once again, the Loch Ness Monster has been caught on camera. A 54-year-old woman named Karen Scott was taking pictures of Loch Ness while visiting the nearby city of Aberdeen during the coronavirus pandemic. She was simply enjoying her day and taking in the beautiful sights. What she hadn't expected was to actually catch the monster itself in her photographs. The unidentified creature seen in Karen's pictures has been labeled a positive Nessie sighting by the local register. But unfortunately, the picture is still pretty blurry. It was taken from quite a distance away. It really could be anything, even just a bird sitting on the water. However, Karen says she watched the beast rise and then sink and swim away, suggesting it really could have been some kind of creature. She also said it was the size of a large seal. Since there aren't many seals hanging out on the loch, all signs point to the Loch Ness Monster, or of course, a floating tree branch. So, do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster? Let me know down below. Number 1. Colorful lobsters. Very strange lobsters were caught during the lobster fishing season in PEI in 2021. Normally, lobsters captured off the coast of this small Canadian province are the same color. They're usually a brownish-red color, like any ordinary lobster you've seen at a grocery store. But this year, there must have been something in the water. Fishermen were pulling up blue lobsters, jet black lobsters, and even hybrid lobsters that were half orange and half black, like the Two-Face of the lobster world. But why have there been so many colorful lobsters found just now? Why weren't they there before? According to lobster biologist Robert McMillan, this has to do with genetics and diet. Lobsters inherit their color from their parents just like most other species. Lobsters also get a lot of their color from the pigment in their food, which combines with proteins to create the color we see on their shells. The reason so many oddly colored lobsters have been turning up is because they've basically mutated. The lobsters with weird colors have mutated in such a way that their proteins are different, producing a wide variety of color. But why? Well, nobody's really sure about that part. So what about you? Do you have any ideas? Thanks for watching. What's the most fascinating thing you've ever caught? Let me know about it in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe for all the best videos from us. We'll see you next time.